Another thing, when you're dealing with older people, they're the last to know that things have changed. We not your little niggas. Like, the way you talking, I don't get what you mean. We're not your little niggas. Like, for real. All that big homie stuff, that's for little niggas. Little niggas have big homies. We're not little niggas. So we don't even respect big homies, Jay Prince. And I'm going to tell you like this. If you're 60 years old and you're trying to be a street nigga, you failed.
Girl, y'all need to grab a seat for this one because the long-standing tension between Mace, Shakur Stevenson, and Jay Prince might have just hit a boiling point. Now, word on the street is that Mace was almost caught slipping at a recent boxing event in Atlanta by some people with ties to Jay Prince who were not supposed to be backstage at the event, prompting Mace to dip out real quick. But instead of clapping back with violence, Mace is playing the long game. And now he's putting Shakur Stevenson on full blast, exposing him for selling his soul to Jay Prince, who allegedly protected him from serious legal trouble and has been controlling him ever since. All right, y'all, if you've been sleeping, let me catch you up real quick because there's some tension bubbling between It Is What It Is hosts Mace and Cameron and Shakur Stevenson with a little Jay Prince energy in the mix too. So here's what went down. Mace and Cam posted this video on their page clowning Shakur's fight. I mean, they were out here reenacting how dry it was.
Tony is still strong.
Like it was open mic night. And let's be real. According to Mace, for someone who's got legends like Terrence Crawford and Andre Ward in his corner, that performance, major disappointment.
I don't want to see Shakur fight. I'm just gonna be honest. No disrespect to Newark, but I don't want to see Shakur fight nobody. I mean, it's like, for him to be hanging out with Terrence Crawford and Andre Ward, there is absolutely no way that he's fighting the way he's fighting. I mean,
now y'all know Shakur wasn't gonna let that slide. After Mace called his fight a disappointment and even said he never wants to see him in the ring again, Shakur clapped back hard. He jumped on Twitter and dragged Mase for what he called an unsuccessful rap career. He tweeted, "Same way I felt about his rap career, famous for his podcast and his failed career." He continued, "How he's doing podcasts till this day, and y'all think he had a successful rap career? That is not Jay-Z. Stop it. He was a momentary rapper, him and his mans. And tell them watch the way they talk on that podcast, because Ian ducking no smoke. Lil old me ready to go to war with all these soft ass guys." He also tweeted, "You know what irks me? When a bro talk boxing but ain't never glove up. These fat men, Mace and Big Teething Cameron, need to shut their mouths up. They've never stepped foot in a boxing ring. We got all types of entertainers gloving up. Tell these guys to glove up or shut up." Mace wasn't done yet, y'all. He came back swinging on the very next episode of his podcast, responding directly to Shakur Stevenson's tweet. And y'all, he doubled down on Shakur's match being boring.
Since it's all comedy, I'm going to deal with it like comedy, nigga. You hear that? Like I said, your mother named you after Shakur. You know I ain't had no problems with the first Shakur. I ain't going to have no problems with you. Chill out, Lord. We got the right to have our opinion, and I say that with all due respect. You know, but just keep it where it is, man. Let humor be humor. Let everybody say what they got to say. You don't like what we said? Box better.
Now, this is where things started heating up, y'all. After Shakur clapped back at Mase by calling his rap career a flop, throwing shots at his weight, and saying he doesn't know the first thing about stepping into a boxing ring, the whole situation went left when Jay Prince decided to step in. And if you know anything about Jay Prince, then you already know he doesn't play when it comes to his people. Yeah, Jay Prince might have made his name in the streets, but he's also a major boss in the business world, owning Rap-A-Lot Records and managing some serious talent in both music and boxing. And with him managing Shakur for nearly a decade, it's no surprise he had something to say. So Jay Prince hopped on Instagram to address the whole boxing drama. He wrote, "Let the haters say that he's boring and nobody wants to watch him. Sorry to tell you, it's just a select few of you haters. As you can see, there's proof that he has the #1 ratings in any fight on ESPN this year and the top 3 ratings since 2022. And to all of you haters who want to escalate that hate outside outside of the ring, I'm Shakur's manager, and I handle all his business outside of the ring. In other words, Cam and Mace, I will fade all his shots and take all bets. Now, after Jay Prince hinted that he's down to handle business outside the ring, Mace took it straight to the mic and addressed it head on during his podcast. And here's what he had to say.
All right, go ahead.
I got this one. You gonna take all his fades and take all his shots and you handle everything out the ring? All right. So then we talking to you then, all right? We starting with you. Since you the big homie, we starting with you. That's how it goes around here. I want to just start off by saying you are so, lacking self-awareness. Like, when you give such a lackluster performance and then you think you can make threats to people because you gave a lackluster performance, pause. You don't have the right to tell me what I should like or to tell Cam what he should like. That's not your place. Like, art is subjective, right? So if art is subjective and I don't like something, you can't really get mad at us because we don't like something.
But let's be real. Mace wasn't about to let Jay Prince's threat slide just like that. He came with the smoke. And y'all, when I say Mace tore Jay Prince down with straight up words, phew, this was a humbling moment for Jay Prince, okay? Because let's be honest, nobody expected anyone to talk to Jay Prince like that. Now listen to what Mace had to say.
Another thing, when you're dealing with older people, they're the last to know that things have changed. We not your little like the way you talking, I don't get what you mean. We're not your little like, for real. All that big homie stuff, that's for little have big homies. We're not little, so we don't even respect big homies. I know Killer doesn't, and for me, I never respected in the streets. That's why I always got the problems I got. Tell me, Mace, chill. No, chill for what? Who is this? We don't send to do nothing for us. We don't pay to handle our problems. Mm-hmm. You got to put in your own work around here, Lord, man. That's what you were supposed to tell him. You can't go out here and talk crazy and then send me on a mission. Mm-hmm. Nah, this is where the game got messed up, when young started sending old out. And just because this little ignorant got a few dollars, he make all of you that's supposed to be real run after his mission. This is a problem, Jay Prince. And I'm going to tell you like this. If you're 60 years old and you're trying to be a street, you failed. You failed.
Now this right here, it was a straight up embarrassing moment for Jay Prince. Not just for him, but for his whole street legacy and everything he's built over the years. Because y'all, when I say Mace stripped that man bare with nothing but words, whew, that podcast clip had the internet in shambles. But make no mistake, it was war from that point on. Weeks after Mace aired it all out, Shakur Stevenson popped up on The Breakfast Club and finally addressed Mace's comments. And here's what he had to say.
Did you hear what Mace said though?
Who?
Mace.
Mace, what'd he say?
Mace, he had this to say. He said, I don't want to see Shakur fight. I'm going to be honest, no disrespect to Nort, but I don't want to see Shakur fight nobody. For him to be hanging out with Terrence Crawford and Andre Ward, there's absolutely no way that he's fighting the way he's fighting.
You know, like I said with the other people, like, I can't really take some of these guys too serious, because it's like, they make a living off of trolling people. Like, trolling is what they do on a regular basis. So even before, when I kind of reacted to them, I don't feel the same way now. Now it's like, okay, I understand the business aspect of it. So kudos to him. But yeah, I'm going to keep making money. I'm going to keep being the best. And none of these to beat me.
Now this is where things get messy. Months after they had the whole public back and forth, Mace was out in Atlanta for a boxing event, right? And according to multiple eyewitnesses, things got real weird backstage. Word is, some folks who had no business being back there walked right up to Mace. Now, from the looks of it, people believe it wasn't just a casual pull-up. It might have been a threatening situation, because Mace dipped out of that event immediately after that interaction. And y'all, here's where it gets even messier. The streets are saying those men were tied to Jay Prince. Mace reportedly didn't want to take any chances, especially knowing how Jay Prince moves. He wasn't about to get caught slipping, not with someone allegedly trying to prove that whole king of the streets narrative by having hands put on him in public. But instead of clapping back the street way, Mace did what he does best. He picked up the mic, and y'all, he's not just scratching the surface. According According to inside sources, Mace is gearing up to drop major receipts, and it's all about Shakur Stevenson allegedly selling himself to Jay Prince. Now brace yourselves, because the tea is piping hot. Word is, Shakur may have been involved in a serious crime that was career-ending, life behind bars type serious. And according to those who've heard the behind-the-scenes whispers, it was Jay Prince who swooped in, cleaned it up, and made the whole thing disappear. In exchange, Jay Prince took full control, managing Shakur's career, his money, his public image, everything. And y'all, Mace is hinting that this might even be tied to someone being unalived. Yeah, it's that deep maze leaking how Shakur Stevenson sold himself to Jay Prince had fans talking, and they left comments saying, "I don't respect this 60-year-old who threatens his own people, but never keep that energy with other people. FOH. Salute to Cam and Mace. This Shakur Stevenson guy must be slow or illiterate. Mace, failed career. He had 2 platinum albums. I'm sure this kid must suck at whatever he's supposed to be good at. What can they expose on Shakur? I always said he's a good fighter. I don't see why others don't see it. I think people want him brain dead. It's the head getting hit. It's the organs getting shifted from blows. Y'all can't beat him. So do you really think Shakur Stevenson sold himself to Jay Prince? Or do you think it's just business between them? Let me know what you think in the comments. Then check out this next video.